Hello everybody, Loto for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video. So, I know I'm late to this, but a few days ago, a bunch of cards were leaked and everything for Raging Tempest and also Fusion Enforcers. And I wasn't able to talk about them right away because of work and school and stuff. Not to mention I was researching for the video that I uploaded yesterday about Chaotic and everything. So, we're finally getting around to it today. And, overall, I'm really liking a lot of new stuff. Also, they've actually updated this since the last time I looked at it yesterday with a whole bunch of new cards. So, let's check this out. So, first and foremost, we have the new True King card. True King, oh dear God, Lithosazim, the Disaster. Okay. Level 9 Earth or Worm type effect monster. Attack 2500, defense 2300. Pretty good overall. You can only use each effect of True King Lithosazim, the Disaster, once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy 2 monsters in your hand, blah 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 blah, including an Earth monster. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. And if you destroy 2 Earth monsters this way, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish up to 3 monsters with different names from it. What? Okay, so this guy, I feel like, is going to be like an immediate staple in Earth-based decks, like, you know, or at least ones that really need the extra firepower, like Trimids, stuff like that. And he can really help out. You just destroy a few other monsters in your hand or on your field, and then, oh hey, if they were both Earth monsters, you can just get rid of 3 cards in your opponent's extra deck. So let's say you're doing against Burning Abyss and you're playing friggin' Trimids, okay? You use his effect. You destroy 2 Trimids, special summon him, look at your opponent's extra deck, you get rid of a Dante, you get rid of their Beatrice, and then you get rid of whatever else that you don't want them playing with. That is really mean. Like, I like this card a lot. He's probably the best True King to come out yet so far. Oh yeah, and of course, if he dies by a card effect, you can summon a non-Earth Worm type monster from your graveyard. So, pretty good. Next up, we have the Fusion for Wind Witches. You know, with all the Wind Witches, I really hope that we get to rank 1 deck. I forgot what they're called. That that Rory used against in her duel against Shun. So, Wind Witch Crystal Bell. This is the fusion that Ren used. Level 8 Wind Spellcaster Fusion Effect Monster. 2800 attack, 2400 defense. Really good stat line. Fusion materials, Wind Witch Winter Bell, so the Synchro, plus 1 Wind Witch monster. I believe in the anime, Ren used... Oh wait, yeah. Parasite Fusioner's down here. He can be treated as any fusion material. I forgot. So, anyways, Crystal Bell's effect is you can target 1 monster near the player's graveyard until the end phase. This card is treated as having the same name as that monster and gains its effects. So, your opponent has BOS in graveyard, target BOS in graveyard, so he gains BOS's effect, okay. Target a monster your opponent controls, banish it, or get to attack twice. That is really stupid. It's a more generic Heraldic King Genome Heritage. Heraldic King Genome Heritage, for those who don't know, is a rank 4 that needs 2 Heraldic Beast monsters. And he basically has this effect, except for it has to be 1 Xyz monster on the field. So, this is really good. Just being able to steal any monster effect that has been used in the past. Like, you can just copy Winter Bell's effect, you can copy quite literally anything. And that's just really stupid. If this card is destroyed by your opponents and sent to the graveyard, you can just target 1 Winter Bell and 1 level question mark or lower Wind Witch monster in your graveyard, special summon him. It's probably going to be like level 3 or lower. And then we have Parasite Fusioner. This card is... I kind of wish that they kept most of its anime effect, but they cut it out. So, it's a level 1 dark insect type effect monster. It's it's Parasite Fusioner. Attack 0, defense 0. This card can only be used as fusion material with its 1 effect. Okay. You can substitute this card for any 1 fusion material monster, but the other fusion materials must be correct. If this card is special summon, you can fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck by sending fusion materials on your side of the field to the graveyard, including this card. So, you have to use monsters on your side of the field, and he has to be special summoned. Granted, he's level 1, so like 1-for-1 works and stuff like that. And I think, crap, how did Rin do it in the anime? I can't remember. He's okay. Like, he just really is. In the anime, he could equip himself onto the monster that he was equipped to, and then it prevents it from being destroyed by battle or card effects once. I wish they would have kept that. It would have given you more incentive to run this guy over just polymerization and stuff like that, instead of having to go through hoops and hurdles to special summon this guy and then use his effect. Now then, Performapal Laughmaker, level 8, light spellcaster type pendulum effect monster, scale of 5, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. I believe that's almost Dark Magician stats. Once per turn, this is a pendulum effect. If your opponent controls a monster whose current attack is greater than its original attack, you can activate this effect, gain 1000 life points. I like that. Okay, Performapals are all about attack and defense manipulation, so you can raise up the opponent's monsters a little bit, gain 1000, and use another Performapal effect to like reduce its attack power back to like lower than its normal. Monster effect. You can only use the one Performapal Laughmaker monster effect per turn, and only use it once that turn. When this card declares an attack, you can activate this card's effect. Until the end of the battle phase, this card gains 1000 attack for each monster your opponent controls, whose current attack is greater than its original attack, and 1000 attack if this card's current attack is greater than its original attack. Basically, this guy is supposed to be used as Smile World. Okay, if you haven't caught on, what Smile World does is it gives 100 attack to every single monster on the field. So, yeah, you give every single monster in the field 100 attack, and then this guy gets, like, at least 1000 attack points, and then also even more for your opponent's attack power. So, that is just really stupid. At max, he can gain 6000 attack power. That's just really, really, really funny to me. If this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, while its current attack is greater than its original attack, you can target one monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster. I like this card a lot. Like, it makes you want to play Smile World, and it makes you, it just does so much stuff, and it's able to get back monsters and stuff if it dies. I like this guy a lot. Bullhorn and Throw Blade are super rare, not that it really matters. Switch Hero. Nope, this is not a hero, all caps card. Normal Trap card. If there's an equal number of monsters on both sides of the field, both players exchange control of all of their monsters. That is hilarious. That's legitimately hilarious to me. I think this card's funny. It just is. It's a massive creature swap if everybody controls the same number of monsters. So, but is it good? I don't know. Really, honestly, both players have to have an equal number of monsters on both sides, and that's not always going to happen, and it's kind of hard to do sometimes. So it'll be funny if people actually play this card, but I kind of doubt it. Next up, we have Metronome. I think it's this guy right here. No, that's level 2. I don't see Metronome anywhere on here. Oh, he's a Pendulum Scale, so he's probably this guy up here. He's the only Pendulum monster. Level 4 Earth Fairy type Pendulum Effect monster. Attack 1800, 1600 defense, scale of 4. Yay, another 4 scale. Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you can target a card in either player's pendulum zone besides this card. Until the end of this turn, this card's pendulum scale becomes the same as that target. Yeah, so you can kind of like copy your opponent's pendulum scales. Monster effect. If you have 2 cards in your pendulum zones with the same pendulum scale, this card gains 100 attack and defense times that scale. Okay. Put 2 DD Kepler, he gets 1000 attack points and jumps up to 2800. Okay. If this card inflicts battle damage, battle damage to your opponent due to a direct attack, destroy all cards in all pendulum zones. Yeah, this guy's not very good. He's okay, he encourages some funny things, and yeah, sure, you can pop everything into pendulum scales, which I guess if you're a Keki and then attack directly, that could work. He's just not very great, really. Apprentice Piper, level 2, so it's probably this guy right here. Dark Spellcaster type flip effect monster. Ooh, flip effect. Attack 100, 1500 defense. Yeah, flip effect with more defense than attack. If this card is flipped face up, you can spell summon 1 monster from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can spell summon 1 monster from your hand. Okay, I like it. I can see how it can be useful in some decks that like maybe can't use Pendulum as much as they would want to. Like, I would totally play this Yeah, I'd consider playing this in like Yubel, just to get Yubel out of hand so you don't have to like tribute summon her. Because once Yubel gets stuck in hand, it's kind of hard to get her out of there. So next up we have E-Spirit Denhato, Legendary Dove. Level 4 Wind Wing Beast, Spirit type Spirit effect monster, 1,000 attack, 1,800 defense, cannot be special summoned. Once per turn you can target one spirit monster on the field, return that monster to the hand. Okay. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card was normal or face up this turn, return it to the hand. I don't know why it has this effect, because spirits return to the hand. Granted, there are ways to keep them out on field, but still, like, I don't... Yeah, I no comprehende. Next up, we have Flower Guardian, Cherry Blossom of Curtain. Level 3, Dark Warrior type Special Summon. Special Summon? What? Effect monster. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be first be special summoned by its own effect. Reveal this card from your hand. And it's a level 3 too. Draw one card and reveal it to your opponent. If it is a Flower Guardian monster, special summon this card from your hand. If not, send this card and that card to the graveyard. Ooh. If your Flower Guardian monster battles an opponent's monster during the start of the damage step until the end of damage calculation, you can discard this card. That battling Flower Guardian monster gains 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. Oh my freaking god, this card is amazing. Okay, so first and foremost, we finally got something else that we can just summon from hand, okay? Yes, granted, you gotta draw into a Guardian monster off of its effect to special summon it, but still, that is so much better than just having a dead Guardian you can't do anything with in hand. Additionally, if he is in your hand, you can just use him as like a mini honest. I love this thing so much, and the reason why that little mini honest part really helps out is that pretty much your only way of getting over or at least your opponent's only way of getting over Light Shower is by running it over in battle. So the fact that this card gives it 1,000 more attack points, saves Light Shower, prevents it from being destroyed, you're good to go. Additionally, a lot of the Flower Guardians, or at least the advanced form ones, you know, like Flower Guardian, Pine with Crane, stuff like that, have effects based off of if they battled, and this card helps that out a lot. I like this card just a lot. Like, I want it now. Performer Pal, Doug Daggerman. I'm pretty sure in the anime his name was Dag Daggerman, but whatever. Level 5, Earth Warrior type Pendulum Effect Monster, 2,000 attack, 600 defense, Pendulum Scale of 2. Pendulum Effect, this Pendulum Effect of Dag Daggerman, god dang it, I'm calling him Dag Daggerman because it just sounds better, can only be used once per turn. During the main phase of your turn, this card was activated. You can target one Performer Pal monster in your graveyard, add that monster to your hand. Wow! So now we have a way to get, now we have a way to get Skulker Bat from grave. I like this a lot, just off of that effect. You can only use the monster effect of him once per turn. During the main phase of the turn the discard is Pendulum summoned, you can send one Performer Pal monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw one card. Again, I like this card a lot. He's really good for pure Performer Pals. I just absolutely love it. I can't wait to play this guy. Next up, we have Bewitching Wind, normal trap card. Target one face-up special summon monster. Negate its effects and half its original attack. While this card is in the graveyard, when your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, you can set this card from your side to the field. If this card is set by this effect, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, that's pretty typical. I like that effect though quite a bit. Just a double negator, and also it can also has the attack points. Very good card. Next up is E-Spirit Bird Shinobi Garasu. Oh my god. Call it Yada Garasu, please. People have nightmares. E-Spirit Shinobi Yada Garasu. Yeah, there. Oh wow, I hit the... Okay. Level 4 Wind Wing Beast of Beast type Spirit Effect Monster. Wow, that was jumbled. Level 4 Wind Wing Beast type Spirit Effect Monster. There we go. Attack 0, defense 0. What? Cannot be special summoned. Once per turn during the start of a damage step involving the... Sorry, until the end of damage calculation, and once this card attacks or is attacked by an opponent's monster, you can discard one spirit monster from your hand until the end of battle phase. This card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the monster that was discarded. So, at the highest, you could discard either Hikokujaku. Yeah, Hikokujaku would be 3k, so you could discard Hikokujaku, he'd be 3k. Or you could discard Hinokagutsuchi, who would jump him up to 2800. Okay, I like it. Pretty good. Granted, especially since there's a lot of ways to get spirits out of graveyard back to hand. Next up, we have some bit more. So, Crystons are getting another Synchro, guys. Level 9 Water Machine type Synchro effect monster. Attack 3k, defense 3k. 2 or more tuners plus 1 non-tuner monster. So he is a double tuner. Well, a double tuning Synchro monster. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can target monsters your opponent controls or in their graveyard equal to the number of Synchro materials used for this card's Synchro summon. Banish those monsters. Oh my god. That is really good. It'd be a lot better if he wasn't targeting, but still really, really, really good. If the Synchro summon card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can target one banished monster, except this card, special summon that monster. So it doesn't even have to be your monsters. Wow. I like this guy. This thing's awesome. I like it. Really, really good effect. Really beautiful artwork. Like, seriously, look at this. He's gone Super Saiyan. I like it. Not sure if it's part of the name, but it's definitely named after Yarmungandr. Oh yeah, okay, Leon Gardner. I didn't realize that. Next up, lawn mowing next door. Nettles. Wow, that's funny. I haven't seen those guys in a card art in forever. I forget what this cat thing is called. Normal spell card. If there are more cards in your deck than your opponent's deck, send cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard until it's the same size as your opponent's. Okay, a few things. First and foremost, how are you going to know exactly how many cards you have in your deck compared to your opponent? That would require both players to count them, and that would be a little bit stupid. Next, a lot of the decks that want to mill, okay, want the milling to be going on as soon as possible. You don't want to be not milling and then let your opponent like mill a bunch of stuff and then, oh hey, you can mill like 10 cards, 20 cards, 30 cards, something like that. That'd be stupid. I'm sure there's going to be something stupid to do with this card, but I don't see it. Next up is Terminal World next. So I guess we're getting ready to go into the next Terminal World. Activate only if you control no other cards and your opponent controls 3 or less monsters and 3 or less spell trap cards. Neither player can control more than 3 monsters. Also, neither player can control more than 3 spell and trap cards. Goes along with the other Terminal Worlds. I like it. Next up is Fairy Tale Cinderella. Adorable as all the other Fairy Tales. Light level 4 spellcaster effect monster. 1850 attack, 1000 defense. Monsters on the field cannot be targeted by the effects of spell cards except this one. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell card, equip 1 equipped spell card from your hand, deck, or graveyard to discard, but return that card to the hand during the end phase. I still am trying to figure out how they're going to link all of the Fairy Tale cards together. I mean, obviously they all have roughly the same stats, and they're all level 4, but I still don't see how they're going to tie the archetype together. If they even are. Like, that's my concern. And then the last card from Rate that we have is Macromorph. Normal trap card. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. That monster's attack and defense are doubled, but it cannot attack directly. Okay, I can already smell all the OTKs coming from this. Okay, play this in Gustos. Activate this card. Target, like, just for example, a BOS Envoy at the beginning. Jumps to 6,000. Synchronous Freeze. And then attack with all the angry with little birds and just profit. I can't wait to try this card out in Gustos. Also, it can be really good in Yubel because of the same thing, and decks that focus on getting out Hard Earth Dragon. I like it. And if you have multiples, it's not once per turn, so you can just keep doubling attack power. Oh my god, this card is going to be so dirty in Gustos. Oh my god, I can't wait to play it in that. Not good in anything else, though. Like, okay, except for Yubel and Hard Earth Dragon decks. Next up, we have some cards from Special Pack Fusion Enforcers. First and foremost is Greedy Venom Fusion Dragon. This is the like upgraded version of Star Venom. Level 10 Dark Dragon type Fusion Effect Monster. 3,300 attack, 2,500 defense. Really scary amount of attack power. 1 Predator Plant Monster plus 1 Dark Monster whose original level is 8 or higher. My only real qualm with this is that you have to play this guy on Predator Plants right off the bat. I'm going to tell you that right now. And that's mostly because, and it strikes me as weird too, like, seriously, all the other Dimension Dragons, like, advanced forms, you can play in decks outside of their own archetype, but they're limiting Greedy Venom to Predator Plant for some reason. Anyway, so his actual effect is he must first be fusion summoned. Okay. And once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Its attack becomes 0. Also, its effects are negated. These changes last until the end of this turn. I'd love it. If only it was a quick effect. If this card is destroyed by destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible, minimum of 1. Then you can banish one level 8 or higher dark monster, other than this card, from your graveyard, and special summon this card from your graveyard. So he just summons himself back after nuking the board. I love it. This thing is so mean, and it's awesome. I love it. Now we have the first few cards for the Eidolon Archetype, which is interesting. So, Aliester, or I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Aliester, the Eidolon Summoner, level 4 Dark Spellcaster type effect monster, attack 1000, defense 1800. I really wish those stats were switched, but During each player's turn, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard and target one fusion monster you control. For the rest of this turn, it gains 1000 attack and defense. If this card is normal summoned or foot face up, you can activate this effect. Add one Eidolon summoning magic from your deck to your hand. A really good card overall. I like it because it's able to just simply give any fusion monster a bonus 1000 attack and defense, which it can really, really help out. I can see people totally playing this guy in like Shadal's, Heroes, and other fusion-oriented archetypes. I like them a lot. And being able to grab the fusion spell for Eidolons is pretty good. And then all the other monsters we have revealed are fusion monsters, which makes me kind of concerned that they might just have one main deck monster and then nothing but extra deck monsters, which would be really concerning. So, first and foremost, we have Raideen, the Eidolon Beast, level 5 Wind Warrior type fusion effect monster, 2200 attack, 2400 defense. He needs Aliester, the Eidolon Summoner, plus 1 wind monster. Once per turn, during your player's turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field, change it to face-down defense position. So he's a once per turn Book of Moon during your player's turn. I like it. It's really, really good. A lot of people like underestimate how good Book of Moon is still, but Book of Moon can just save you from being, gamed so many times. This card's name is corruption of the name Raideen, the God of the Thunder and Lightning. Next up is Eidolon Summoning Magic, so the actual fusion spell. Normal spell card, you can only use the second effect of Eidolon Summoning Magic once per turn. So you can fusion summon as many times as you want, but the second effect you can't. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand as fusion materials. If summoning an Eidolon Beast fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your field, your graveyard, and or your opponent's graveyard as fusion materials. So you have to use monsters in your hand initially, which is meh. But if you're going for an Eidolon Beast fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your field, your graveyard, and or your opponent's graveyard. So it's basically a music fusion, a miracle fusion, and you're able to use stuff out of your opponent's graveyard. And you may be thinking, oh, but I don't want to banish my Eidolon summoner dude. But you kind of do. He likes to be banished, apparently. So, I like this card quite a bit. It's really, really good just for that right there. But it has another effect. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one of your banished copies of Aliester, the Eidolon Summoner. So you do want Aliester banished. That's why you normal summon him, search out this card, and then use it. Shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck, and if you do, add that monster to your hand. So, you get back your copy of Aliester, then you normal summon that Aliester, and then you just search out Eidolon Summoning Magic again. That is pretty good. Next up is Elysion, the Eidolon Beast, level 10 Light Fairy type of fusion effect monster. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be the boss monster of the deck. He's 3200 attack, 4000 defense. I really wish those stats were switched, but whatever. One Eidolon Beast monster, so one of the fusion monsters, plus one monster of special summon from the extra deck. So really, honestly, you could use this two Eidolon Beast monsters. Must first be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. While face up on the field, this card is also Dark, Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind attributes. So he's all 5 of the main attributes. And he starts off as Light. So he's all 6 of the main attributes. Okay, yes, there is also Divine, but Divine is literally exclusive to the God cards. Once per turn during your player's turn, you can target one Eidolon Beast monster you control or in your graveyard. Banish that target, and if you do, banish all monsters your opponent controls with the same attributes as that monster. Well then, that is mean. I like this guy a lot. He's really, really powerful. I'm guessing Eidolon beasts are gonna, or just Eidolon, I should say, are gonna get a fusion for every single one of the main attributes. I would like to see that personally, and it just sounds really cool. And I believe this is the big guy, and that's the other dude. And then one last card, just kind of round it off. And this wasn't part of all the leaks and everything, but I still want to talk about it because I absolutely love this card's artwork. Yes, that's literally the only reason. And that is the new Ritual Beast card, Ritual Beast Return. It's a quick play spell card. Banish one Ritual Beast monster from your hand and target one of your Ritual Beast monsters as banished or in your graveyard. Spells to summon it. So it's basically a monster reborn. It's okay. I've been seeing a lot of Ritual Beast players kind of complaining and saying that it's not all that good. But I just absolutely love this card's artwork. I mean, look at it. Like, this is supposed to be, like, I guess, the end of the current DT timeline. And, like, Kamui has finally been reunited with, crap, what's his name? Falco. And they're crying, and Falco's just like, yay! And then you got a Pilk over here, and she says, I don't even know what's going on face. With, when doing the ara, or however you pronounce, I don't know. But, like, every time somebody does that pose in an anime, they always say ara ara, and it's always like a yandere girl. And then you got Amelia and Avance over here trying to get Winda down, and Winda's freaking out. I just love it. This card art's awesome. The card's okay, but the card art's awesome. So that's the everything that we've been like getting for leaks and everything that has come out. Yes, I know about the 2 Spiral cards. But, however, I want to talk about all the new Spiral cards once we have them all. That way so I can just talk about them as a group. And also discuss how they help out each other and what we have from Spirals at the moment. I don't want to be looking at, like, for instance, the new one, Master Plan, and take a guess as to what Resort and Missions does. So, guys, with all that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Tell me what you guys think about these new cards. Which one is your favorite? This card, just for card art alone, is my favorite. I love the DT storyline and everything. It's awesome. So, guys, have a great day. Peace out. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And see y'all later.